not being able to get the monkey off our back. I mean, even having a shot to win late in the day and being close at Daytona and maybe even closer at Kansas and just not being able to pull through. So we probably had a handful of opportunities that slipped out from under us. So can't say that we shouldn't have won this year or never had an opportunity to, but obviously didn't get it done.
What was the tenor of the meeting today as far as NASCAR and their message about race manipulation?
It was, hey, we need your guys' help, and there's obviously going to be different rules that are going to come of it and whatever for the manufacturers that they've already thought of and whatnot. So I don't really think that there was much substance of it for us, but just for all of us to hey, let's not see it go down that way.
Was it stern or was it more a conversation?
Well, I remember the days when you had Mike Helton, who would stand up at a driver's meeting and be stern about it, right? So Mike wasn't there, so I didn't see it as a stern point being made, but it was one that was talked about. So, they're not yelling and screaming, but I don't think they're going to. So it probably was meant a lot harsher than I took it.
When it comes to the manufacturer involvement, though, is there much that they can do? Because Denny Hamlin was here earlier and said this is going to happen in some form or fashion, regardless.
I think we all are stakeholders in the sport, and we all effectively have our hands on the wheel, and we all have to take those chances and consequences. I recall there being times when I was coming down to a playoff berth or a position of elimination or making it to the Final Four, and we all had our meetings ahead of time of understanding the game and what's at play and just being cognizant of all of that ahead of time. And I feel like that all those teams have those meetings, and so I think that those meetings will continue. So it's just about being smarter about exactly what's said and exactly what's done.
It's time to change the system or the format to help prevent some of this stuff.
Probably, yes. I think there was a really good point made by one of the drivers in our meeting today that it comes down to playoff drivers race against playoff drivers. So points per position are only between them, not positions in between. Does that make sense? So I think that that's probably the easiest, fairest way to do it. But honestly, too, when you have there's pros and cons, right? If you're a guy that's got 35 playoff points and you're going into the final round of eliminations, well, 1 point per position when you're only fighting 8 guys, it's going to be really hard for any of those to really change hands. But honestly, that's what the whole season's for, right? That's what making those points are and how meaningful those are, how important they are.
You guys have any Hail Mary or anything you can think of to just save this win streak? You're going to throw everything you can at it?
How many laps is the race? 312?
Yeah.
I'm going to wall ride for 312. And that'll save it. I will win. But realistically, no. I mean, it's all about how good are you, how good can you keep yourself close enough to the front and have shots.
I don't want to put the cart before the horse. You don't win the streak. I mean, what does that streak mean? And I'm sure in the moment, you understand why the athlete be pissed off at continue frustrated, but my God, what has been done over 19 years? How do you see it that way?
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have much rather it been, if I'm going to run 6-7 more years, it lasts 25, 26 years and just make it a mark that will never be achievable, right? But unfortunately, those things didn't happen, and things changed for me a couple years ago, and I was grateful to be able to extend the streak last year and make it my own, but honestly, for there being guys that are at 17 and one guy was at 18 and now one guy at 19, it's hard to put that many good years like that together in a row, and it's difficult. So
Do you think it'll ever be broken?
I don't know who's closest right now. Do you know? I don't know. So maybe. you know, I think that guys that if you're with Hendrick and you're with Gibbs and you're with Penske, you got the best shot of making a streak like that happen.
All right, last question.
What do you remember from the 2017 playoffs where it seemed like it was a slugfest between you and Martin every week for race wins and obviously that championship?
Well, the way you're describing it, it sounds really exciting. From what I remember, I don't remember. 2017 playoffs. Did I win in the playoffs?
No, you finished second at Homestead.
Well, no, not. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys traded some wins.
I won Dover, right? That's when I beat Chase.
And Martinsville.
Oh, Mark, I had, yeah. Was that after Denny?
Yeah.
Dumped the 9?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, gloves were off after that point. So yeah, okay. That was fun. There were some good moments in that one, and then you know the defeat. Truex deserved and earned that championship, although we had him beat that day, so that pisses me off. But we could have won that year, so that's probably the most memorable piece of it that I have.
Consider
Millbridge the highlight of your motorsport season?
Yeah, I mean, you know, winning some races and being in my own stuff and having my own guys and racing with Brexton and winning a championship. I mean, it's not necessarily the Cup Series talent pool that you're going up against, obviously, but you know, it's still fun to get out there, and we really weren't going to focus on it or have that as a goal until, you know, about June when I was leading the points, and it was like, oh well, hell, I guess I got to make all the races. So we then made it a point after the fact.
Okay, guys, we gotta go.